Hi, I'm Paul Cotgrove, Solutions Architect at CyberIAM. I've been a Guardian for 4 years and I've been involved with CyberArk products for the last 15 years, predominantly across financial institutions and telecoms companies in both permanent and contract roles.
A question for yourself, Paul. So organizations either embarking or developing their identity security program tend to focus on PAM, which is obviously a great foundation for introducing risk reduction and control. But of course, with the growth in the number of non-human identities utilized by various information technologies, how would you recommend tackling this challenging landscape?
That's a good question. So I think CyberArk published some figures certainly within the last 18 months, that for every identity, every user in an organisation, there's at least 45 non-human identities at play. Now the problem with this is the explosion in the number of those identities, and as CyberArk have quoted, identity is the new perimeter. So we're no longer focusing on is there a vulnerability in the firewall where something can be exposed. It's all about taking over the use of those identities. And because of the large number and because of the automation involved in the use of those identities, there needs to be a new approach. And that's where secrets management comes in. So from a secrets management perspective, CyberArk have got a variety of products that cater for small implementations, small automated or batch processes, right up to cloud native applications, containerization, CI/CD pipelines. Anything that can be automated that needs authentication has got a vulnerability. So it's down to secrets management to essentially integrate from a programmatic perspective to allow access to privileged credentials to facilitate the automation with successful authentication in a secure manner. Secrets management solutions come in many forms. I guess the entry level, if that's the right term, offering from CyberArk is the credential provider. Now the credential provider is an agent-based solution that allows programs or processes to programmatically retrieve credentials, passing a number of authentication rules. And that's the equivalent of a user typing in a password or providing an API key. Obviously the code can't do that, so it passes a different type of authentication methods to prove its identity to allow access to the credentials. Depending on how these credential providers are consumed, it can either be a centralised REST API access method, which is an offering which is generally used for non-critical processes, or the agent-based credential provider that's deployed out across the infrastructure. And that comes with a cache which allows credential retrieval even during a vault disconnected state. So when the CyberArk infrastructure has got a problem and the agent can't talk to CyberArk, it's still able to serve the last known good credential. Moving on to a more modern view of the infrastructure, we're now looking at cloud providers, containerized applications. Now these can be self-hosted on-premise using products like Red Hat OpenShift or Kubernetes, or the cloud offerings which still implement the various implementations of Kubernetes to provide container or headless application capability. So we're still in a position where we need to provide privileged credentials to those processes. And the whole point of secrets management is for those processes to be able to identify themselves to a central repository that contains the secrets or the credentials that they require. So CyberArk in this particular area have got their self-hosted Conjur Enterprise offering, And more recently, that's been migrated to a SaaS offering, so we now have Conjur Cloud. A lot of these solutions are dependent on development resource being able to integrate the applications or the processes into these cloud or self-hosted secrets repositories. So if we look at some of the solutions that CyberArk provide, they try and take a very light touch approach to development resource and wrap the application or the process requesting credentials with a capability that allows identification into Conjur to be able to request credentials without having to change any of the code. Now, if we look at a greenfield application development, something new, we can integrate those applications directly with the secrets management solutions, which means that we're not having to return to the development phase to be able to integrate much more seamlessly within that secrets management solution. Many times we've discussed with customers that they've got this requirement, but they don't want to revisit redevelopment of the application. They have a cloud-first approach, so they've utilised things like Azure Key Vault to secure their secrets, and their cloud-native applications and processes consume the secrets from those repositories. Now, of course, one of the major benefits of these key vaults is they are secure and they're very tied down or locked down, or can be very tied down or locked down within the cloud environments. But rotation of those secrets is still a challenge, and that's where CyberArk's PAM solution complements the secrets management in terms of being able to leave the credentials in place but still rotate them, and that's using products such as Secrets Hub. So that's a complete zero-touch solution from a development point of view. In fact, the application knows nothing about the password rotation. It's all managed centrally from the PAM solution, synchronised by Secrets Hub into the key vaults within the cloud provider environments, and the application just continues to run. But with the confidence that the credentials have been rotated and are now meeting compliance and audit that an organisation might be subject to. So just to summarise, secrets management solutions from CyberArk are very broad and wide-reaching. They allow all manner of processes, applications and development environments to securely retrieve credentials required to complete any pipeline processes or batch processes that might be in scope. It generally allows for the reduction of risk, which is obviously one of the key foundations of a PAM solution, to be successful and completely auditable when it comes to regulation and evidencing those regulations. So secrets management across the board is the next thing in terms of automation. So secrets management is realistically the next step in protecting and securing automation.